Yo, I think you don't just need water. You need more guaro, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. To Medellin. Let's fucking go.
Medellin, baby. Let's go. This business is great. I've met some of my lifelong, friends, some people I consider family. Yeah. I mean, look where we're at right now, right? This is like a family affair.
It's a small circle, right? Word gets out fast.
100%.
If you're fucking somebody over, you fuck 100 people over. You're not gonna be able to survive until you get fucked by some rookie. I was that rookie. I got fucked numerous times. I got fucked so many times. Like, what the fuck? I'm done, man. Right? You're like the sharks are eating you. A lot of people aren't interested to get into because you can make a lot of money, but they do stupid shit and they fucking get kicked out of the game. So I know you're doing a lot of pay-per-call right now, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about the future of pay-per-call? Shout out to our sponsors, because without them, this shit wouldn't be possible. Shout out to Ringba. Shout out to Adam Young, the pay-per-call revolution. There's big, big money in pay-per-call, whether you're someone who's a novice looking to get into it, whether you're someone who's already doing it, putting up big numbers. Let's fucking do this, guys. Get the fucking book on Amazon. We're going to drop a link here. Take your shit to the next level. Let's fucking go. All right, LFG fam. We're here in Medellin, Colombia. I got my man, Drew Plat, head honcho Ocean Beach Media. Handing out all the pay-per-call. Pay-per-call is blowing the fuck up. This guy knows his shit when it comes to pay-per-call. So, bro, great to have you on the fucking show.
Oh, my pleasure.
I know you just got here, traveled really far to get to Medellin.
That's right.
I'm glad we're here. First time here, man. I know you haven't been that long. How you feeling the vibe? How you feeling the aura?
When you literally land in this town, you have no choice but to just feel like this vibe of the energy here, I would say, is like laid back.
Yeah.
And, you got this chill in the air. You're kind of just feeling like, you're in a beach community, but you're in a valley surrounded in a huge city that looks like, anywhere that you've ever been in, any big city in the anywhere around the world, right? Yeah. So, I mean, it's beautiful. You got that tropical like vibe. Yeah, loving it.
You know what's great? You're very intuitive because you said, you felt that vibe, that laid back vibe. It is a laid back vibe. Because, and you only been here like 2 or 3 hours, right? You're gonna really feel it.
Just got in.
Yeah, for real. And it is. They call that Isla Sin Agua because it's like you feel like you're in an island, but there's no water, right? So I'm glad you're fucking here. So you're in Medellin. Guess what we gotta do?
We're
gonna do a shot of what's called guaro right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna take your guaro virginity. Actually, I took it a little bit earlier, but you're gonna be doing a lot of this
follow up.
Round 5 or whatever the hell this round is, right? We'll get this shit going. So, let's do this and let's get into it, man. Let's fucking go, baby.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Salud.
Let's go. All right, man. So, to everybody, listen. I've known you for a while, right? We've done some business together, right? Done a lot of shit. You got, in my opinion, I was talking to Ray Sinlau earlier. We're talking about how this is a relationship business, a trust business. I know if we talk, right, you're going to tell me, this shit, if I'm going to you for a campaign, I need ACA leads. I need fucking home improvement leads.
Right.
Like, Dave, don't do the home improvement. The shit ain't working. Do these leads.
No,
you're going to guide me in the right direction, right?
No doubt.
So let's talk about the importance of that kind of shit. Because a lot of people aren't interested to get into because you can make a lot of money, but they do stupid shit and they fucking get kicked out of the game. Let's talk about that, man.
I mean, I'll keep it 100s, right? Like, I've been an AM in this space for quite a few years. Branched out, I'm my own company now. Had a pay-per-call for Point to Web, running, the pay-per-call side of the network. I made those mistakes myself early in the game, right? And at that time, I've always been known as someone out there, spying on Facebook, trying to keep my ear to the streets, what's hot, what angles are working, and I networked directly through Facebook, hitting up people's pages. Hey, I see you, doing some volume out there. There's similar offers and whatnot. Oftentimes, I come across some heavy hitter, right?
Yeah.
And I have no clue. Sitting there, making up EPCs, talking about volume that we're not doing, and then all backfires when they turn you on and turn you off a few minutes later just to ghost you for however many years it might take for you to get that relationship back, right? So, I mean, what I found now is the approach is much better just being transparent.
Yeah.
Right? Oftentimes, you don't have to have even the best performing product out there. There's 1,000 different reasons, why a publisher or company might partner with you, might run traffic or run your offers, right?
Yeah.
So, there's other ways of going about it where, like you mentioned, whether it's your relationship you're leaning on, and obviously, this business is great. I've met some of my lifelong, friends and, people I consider family.
Yeah.
I mean, look where we're at right now, right? This is like a family affair. And so, sometimes, you might ask someone to get you when you're down or run something when it's not perfected, right? Because, at the same time, the people that crack those offers are the people that are going to get to eat, right?
Yeah.
As long as, you have a game plan and strategy, oftentimes you might find someone to take that leap with you, right? So yeah, at the end of the day, just being transparent, maybe it's not this that you're going to work with them on, but, at some point you might be able to come to them and show them what, is working for you now, and they may not be up on it, right? And now all of a sudden, you have that opportunity that you might have lost had you not been transparent, honest, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's huge because, again, it's a small circle, right? Word gets out fast.
100%.
If you're fucking somebody over, you fuck 100 people over. You're not going to be able to survive until you get like some rookie in the game, right? And
right.
I got in the industry in 2016. I was that rookie. I got fucked numerous times. I got fucked so many times. Like, what the fuck? Right. And then you learn, like, wow, I gotta stop getting fucked. Bro. It's like, I'm done, man. Right? You're like the sharks are eating you, man.
Right,
so
right.
Let's talk about that, bro. Because I know we talked offline about this.
Yeah,
let's talk about. I mean, how many times have you been fucked? What was the biggest situation? How did you learn from that? How did you overcome that, man? Because that's part of the game.
Again, like having a background with different positions in the space and working for others and witnessing it firsthand, but not necessarily having to take the hit firsthand, right? It's like two totally different things, And so I think I mentioned like now that I'm on my own. And I've, come across some times where we have taken the hit. How do you deal with it, right? Like, it's easy to get, obviously very upset. You want blood, but ultimately, there's different ways of looking at it, right? Like, I saw a Facebook post of another person in our space that mentioned something at a time where I just recently had experienced my first big loss, right? And, what he said made a ton of sense and kind of gave me a new perspective, which is, number one, you're in business, right? There's risk involved in any business, any investment, anything that's worth doing in life or, brings value. It's not easy and it's going to have, the other side, right? Yeah. So he said, just know when that happens, right? That you're probably making more money than you ever had in your entire life, right? So, and it brings into like just being grateful for what you do have, right? Learning from those mistakes, knowing what red flags you might want to look for next time, and you can vet people though you're blue in the face, but there's often guys that are really good at just scamming, right? So it's like, we've all come across it. I think what's good about our space is oftentimes we're going to be sharing that information with each other, and trying to help others avoid those same, falls, at least with the same people. So eventually it's going to catch up with you, right? I mean, you just have to decide, like, are you, going to do good by people in your business and how you work with people or on the other side, right? So that doesn't last forever.
And I think that's one thing about you, man. You've been doing this for a long time. You're a veteran in this game, right?
More or less, right?
Yeah, and I consider myself. I think like lead gen years and digital marketing years and this stuff we're doing.
Right.
Like each year is almost like fucking dog years, man. Right? It really is.
Yeah.
Right. So I've been seeing you at these shows since 2016, 2017, man. And if I go back to like 2016, 2017, the amount of faces that were still at these shows, I mean, 80%, maybe 90% are gone. But you're one of the people that's still there. So what do you think? Obviously, we talked about trust. That's a big thing. What other characteristics, like one or two characteristics, do you think have kept you in the game, man, for as long as you've been?
I had a fortunate, I was very fortunate when I got into space. So my father, brought me into the space initially, and
he's a legend, by the way. OG,
no, thank you.
Yeah.
And one of the first things he told me was, more or less, my reputation's everything in this space, right? And I will not even allow your ass to, fuck that up for me, and I'll fire you just as quickly as I.
That's great. That's great.
Right? So, you know, and then, you know, as he was teaching me the business, and, you know, you're starting to see like a lot of, you know, ancestral this, right? Like, you know, everybody works with each other.
Yeah.
And, you know, you don't necessarily see that in other spaces where, you know, you might be working with such and such is working with them as well. And then, you know, you're all end up selling around the same people. I mean, especially back then, this is 2013. So it's a different game, you know. But yeah, more or less, you know, he just instilled those you know, morals in me, and like, you know, it's a testament. Obviously, we're both still around, right? So yeah, I mean, you know, you just, like, obviously comes down to character, who you are at the end of the day, like, and then I think that translates into your business as
Absolutely, man. So let's say, what was the moment where shit crystallized for you? Would you say, like, was it a campaign, or like, what was it where you were like, wow, this is my shit, man. This is the game for me to be in.
Right. Yeah. No. You know, honestly, you get in, and it takes, like, I mean, 6 months, a year, just to kind of wrap your head around all the moving parts. And, you know, I have a traditional sales background, and, you know, like you mentioned, this is more relationship based, and you know, so it's like I had to, you know, deal with my personality, and, you know, kind of molding it to, you know, fit the space better. But you know, like, you always get your first big campaign, your first win, right? And you know, more or less, I think at that point it just becomes a part of you, right? It's like, this isn't just our business, it's like our lifestyle, this is who we are as people. And you know, as like entrepreneurs, you know, there's much more than just, you know, your business, right? It's like, I look at it as, you know, a way of building yourself, right? Like, it's just you know, it's just the platform in which you're doing that.
So you are the business. Like, you're the one. Your word is your bond at the end of the day. Like, we're talking about.
100%.
Got it, man. So I know you're doing a lot of pay per call right now, right?
Yes, sir.
And what do you think about the future of pay per call right now?
You know, it looks bright, right? Obviously, we all have backgrounds, you know, in the space, doing all different things. And, you know, one thing we've always, you know, found is whoever pivots fastest is like going to win in this space. Can I get some water? I think we'll dry it up. But yeah, so those who pivot fastest, you know, going to oftentimes win. So, you know, right now, like, ACA is a hot, you know, offer on the street. That's a big vertical.
Yo, I think you don't just need water. You need more guaro, bro.
We'll double up.
Me too. Thank you.
I'm getting nervous over here. But yeah,
we're talking about ACA,
you know, ACA was like really my personal, you know, first big pay-per-call campaign.
Yeah.
You know, did a lot of Medicare as well. But, you know, with like some FCC orders coming down the plate, you know, CPL stuff just getting harder to make work on Facebook and other platforms. I think this has just become kind of like the new wave, right? Always the next new, you know, kid on the block. But more or less, all on lead gen specifically, it's all going to back out to a call at some point, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, we've found success in just like going directly to those buyers, and, you know, rather than having, you know, them outbound, you know, having their agents call these leads, we're just sending, you know, consumers direct to that product, right? It streamlines the process, you know, which has, you know, its issues, right? Like, everything is so much quicker, happening in real time, but you're getting, you know, better feedback, you know, on quality from the buyers, right? And, you know, ultimately, I think, you know, it seems to be where a lot of buyers are moving their budgets, and you know, at the end of the day, that's who pays the bill. So it's like, we're gonna go where that is.
But you said a lot of good shit there, man. Like, I want to try a couple of things you may think about. All right, pivoting.
Sure.
Pivoting is so fucking important, right?
Yeah.
I'm going through that shit right now. I was in solar 2016.
One of the biggest players.
Top 5 in the country. Boom, 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 boom. I saw some shit go down a couple of years. We're like, oh, destroying some cracks. I did senior direct marketing, do debt, do Medicare, do pay-per-call shit.
Sure.
And bro, I'm glad I did it, because right now solar, our revenue's down like fucking 70% year over year.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Right.
So you got to pivot, man.
Yeah, you look like Machiavelli at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Really, you know, it's just diversifying your business. And, you know, like I you know, I was at Suda Connector for all those years.
Yeah.
You know, huge in refi space. You know, one of probably top 5 there as well. And, you know, ultimately they did similar moves, and, got home services and insurance picking up, the slack. And, if you don't foresee some of those, trends, it's going to make it difficult, but,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, just got to keep your eye on the prize, right?
No, that goes along with that. Let's do a shot here real quick. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
To Medellin. Let's fucking go.
Medellin, baby. Let's go.
Age data. There's only a few months left of this.
A lot of different ways to monetize data. Data is a very broad term. There's a lot more money in it. You already spent the money. Let's just say it cost you $10 for a Medicare lead. You make $1 million in sales, you really only made $100,000.
And you might not get paid by your advertiser.
What if I can get an extra 50 cents, $1, $2, $3 per lead in perpetuity? What does that do to my marketing campaign? What does that do for the stress of the profits of my company? A percentage or two at those kind of numbers are huge as moving the needle. So for us, what I love about age data, the hard part's already been done. Now it's just a revenue left for your company. What would the extra $10, $20, $30,000 a week do for your business?
Absolutely.
All of our big partners are making hundreds of thousands, if not millions a year with us. They're never going to have this gold rush again.
So check it. You said the pivoting, being on top of shit. How do you stay on top of shit, man? Like, what do you do to kind of, because this is how I think. Money doesn't, the stock market could fucking crash tomorrow, globally. Crypto goes to shit, US markets go to shit.
Right.
People lose money, but someone else made money. The money rotates.
Sure.
Right? And I think that's the one thing of being in digital marketing.
Sure.
We get a sense of where money is rotating. It might be a hot econ product. We got fucking fidget spinners out of nowhere, right?
Sure.
You got, there's always Nutra shit going on. People want to fucking, lose weight, whatever the fuck it is, or like fucking do whatever, right? Or there's Botox, this. How do you know when something is moving? How do you know it's for real? It's not just a fucking fad, man.
Right.
What's your techniques for that shit?
I mean, oftentimes you don't, right? Again, I think it's just, testing, following trends in the market. A lot of times I've seen, offers that had already hit their, lifespan, a couple years later get retested and it's like a second born child, right?
Yeah,
it's just back and banging. So, but it really came down, it comes down to testing, sometimes like the last thing you think is going to work or be the one ends up being that. So, keep an open mind, right? Then oftentimes, like, it's just being innovative, right? Like, where do you see the markets? What do you think is a product that's going to help fill pain points that, are there? Or how do you bridge gaps that maybe somebody's missing, right?
Yeah.
Oftentimes it's a tweak or two and, just like on a creative or anything, right? Like, just that slight change is just a big difference, right?
For sure.
So, yeah, unless you, out there trying stuff, it's going to be, hard to find.
And I think that's what you said. The key thing is testing, right?
I mean,
You might have an idea that, you might think you have the greatest idea in the world, and are you going to put, 6 figures in that idea, or are you going to drop like $50 a day, right? I mean,
pain tolerance.
That's what it is, right? And then if it hits, then you scale, right? If it doesn't, you scale fast, fail fast kind of shit, right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So what would be your advice? I mean, you're a veteran, you've been doing this a long time. Someone new getting into the industry, like what's your advice to them? You get in the industry, like how do you get in this game and don't get fucking crushed?
Well, yeah. I mean, you definitely want to be out there at the shows and meeting people, putting yourself out there. I mean, I found, as much as like, everybody has their sauce and, we try to keep a competitive edge, but, I've found, many people that have been willing to share, whether it's their experiences or knowledge or, my idea, like, but yeah, I mean, surround yourself around people that are where you want to go, right?
Yeah, I love that.
There's different, like when I first, got in the space, like saw something, a lot of like groups and chatters, people asking for, basically a campaign handed to them, like newbies, and some agency gal went off on one of them, like, hey man, do what everybody else did, right? Get a fucking job at the space for 2 years, learn your shit, and then then you take that leap of faith, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's a good strategy. If you're a media buyer, maybe it's JVing under some talented media buyers, right? That will give you a shot, or working at an agency, or someone that will allow you to push the buttons, kind of test stuff on their budgets, right? And then then again, it's going to come down to the pain tolerance when it comes time for you to shoot your shot, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, those are things I would suggest.
I love it, man. That's great advice, because at the end of the day, this is, you're jumping in the abyss, man.
Oh,
and you know where the fuck it's gonna stop, man. And then you gotta minimize your risk, but also you gotta press the gas, right? That's what
we're trailblazers by nature in the space. We're still a new industry in general, and I mean, how many verticals or offers just popped up and end up becoming the next big thing. But I mean, you always gotta, at the end of the day, you gotta take those risks. If you see a vision, you see a clear path, right?
Yeah.
Just taking those next steps. Don't get caught up, overthinking things. You just, like you said, step on that gas. Take that next step. Take that next step, and continue to take that next step, right?
I think it allows you believing in yourself, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Even when shit is fucked up.
And that's tough. Dealing with those things emotionally. And again, that's kind of goes back to what I was mentioning. In business, a lot of times it's shaping you as a person. It's bettering you, right? Because how are you dealing with those hard times or those setbacks? They often are going to correlate to how you do them in your life, right? So I mean, I always kind of see this two side of the coin, right? Where it's it's a crossover,
And I love that you've seen both sides, man. You were working, you worked at Studio Connection, great reputation in the industry. They were crushing solar, crushing home improvement, man. Still doing so, man. Great name. So you got some good experience there, man. And I think that's what it comes down to. If you're going to work with somebody, get to what's their fucking experience? What's their resume?
Right.
Do they know the fucking terms? Do they know what a KPI is? So many fucking people don't know that shit, but they know how to talk.
Right.
And right? So that's the thing. But it's great hearing from someone that's been on both sides, worked at a company that's blown up, right? Use that experience for doing your own shit, and now you're crushing paper-call. I think that's big. And you just won an award recently, right? Didn't you win an award recently?
Oh, no. Ringba, blessed your boy with the $1 million campaign. So, in the
Gold Club,
right? Gold Club, we goated up. So, shout outs to Ringba. Really appreciate y'all. Great platform. And, I mean, that was just a blessing.
Yeah, that's great, man. And I think it just goes to show you that, you could have no experience in this industry.
Right.
You could bust your ass, but if you do the right fucking thing, it'll come back to you. And then before you know it, you're running $1 million campaigns on Ringba. You're getting a gold award. And that's a very coveted award, because there's a lot of people, they want to win that award. They see that shit, man. And it's so congratulations on that, man. Because, bro, that's not a lot of people have won that kind of shit or gotten that thing. So congratulations, man.
Like you said, saw many others that had, taken that step, and it just gave me that drive to go after it myself and want to accomplish those things. And obviously, once you do it, feels great. Right?
I love it, man. Cool, man. So we talked about newbies going in the industry.
Yes.
For someone that's been in the industry for a while, right?
Yep.
Maybe many years like we've been.
Yep.
What's your advice to them?
Oh, the OGs, I mean, salute to all y'all.
Yeah.
But I mean, keep doing your thing, right? Try to keep, prospering, bringing people up in the space, keep it humble, and, I mean, that one, I still learn from, a lot of people that, I consider my mentors and stuff. So for me to sit out here and feel like I can, give them advice, it's a little difficult.
Bro, I tell you something. No, but I tell you what, man, because I was in the same boat. I learned from all these veterans, right? And now the same veterans are asking me for advice. Right. This not been the last fucking 12 months have been crazy in our industry.
No lies.
People are everyone was crushing and making money. It was blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So 2022, we destroyed, a lot of people destroyed. 2023 came, I don't know what the fuck happened. It was a whole shit.
Reality, right?
Reality hit, right?
Yeah.
And that's when you realize, bro, I got to make better fucking decisions, man. I got to really, watch what's going on. Tighten up a little bit. So I feel like that's happened, man. But it's just crazy because now those same OGs I looked up to, they're coming to me for fucking advice. I had one happen yesterday. I'm walking through Medellin. This guy calls me. I didn't recognize the fucking number because you're in Medellin. Right. It doesn't say the person's name. It just has a number. It was like an area code from California. I pick up the phone. And at first I didn't know who the fuck. I thought it was some other guy that I was kind of annoyed with. I'm like, fuck this guy. But what's up, man? We're talking. Yo, hey, man, I know you're in the grind. You know what's going on. Where's the money flowing to? Bro, honestly, I'm trying to figure that shit out myself, man.
Right.
Right,
so my water around here. I'm listening.
No, it's all good, man. We're doing another shot here or what?
I'm looking for the water. Oh, bet.
Yeah, where the fuck the guaro? Oh, here it goes. So the bottom line is that it's awesome when that happens because it's like a rite of passage, I think, man. And,
Yeah, no doubt.
And sometimes you don't realize that because we're doing what we're doing. We're trying to affect change and inspire people. But when that happens, it's like, wow, man. So it is a humbling question to ask, man. I get it, man.
Look, it's funny you bring that up. So, Richard Plat, my father, is the founder of Ocean Beach. And, recently, with some of the things and changes coming down the way, and some of the success we've had on the paper call side, he's come to, me and literally, asked me to teach a paper call, right? And like, it's like that changing of the guards, and the student teaching the teacher now, right?
That's awesome, man.
I think, anybody that's, been a mentor or, guiding others, down the path, hopefully that's the goal, right? To see them outshine or outperform.
Absolutely.
So I think that's just like a testament to those, right? People as well. And, it should be a compliment to them, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it, man. But that's what it is, man. I mean, it's beautiful that he taught you the ropes. Right. Now you're teaching the ropes. There's a shift. Are you talking about the FCC ruling?
Yeah. Because, obviously, he's been on the lead gen side, a lot of pin trees, and, he has direct post relationships he's been working with forever, right? And, just kind of changed the game. And, obviously there's already, people working on workarounds for these kind of things. Yeah. But yeah, when, you see something else that's maybe, taken off and doesn't have some of the compliance issues coming down the plate, it's like, hey, what we got going on?
Yeah. But it's great that your dad's an OG, but he even knows like paper calls, where is that? Paper call is immune to this. I don't know if it's absolutely immune, but it's more immune than other, like nothing's immune at the end, but like it's where you have less issues, right?
100%.
It's a path of least resistance kind of shit. So that's beautiful. And he knows that he's smart because he knows that, hey, this is happening. He says it, but he can go to you, that you got your ears to the street.
For sure.
You guys should make this shit happen, right?
With 100%, no doubt. Yeah.
I love it, man. Well, this has been great. I hope you listen to this shit. This is an OG in the space, man. He's humble, man. He's a humble guy. But you feel the energy, right? Smiling all the time. And that's the end of the day, man. It's a relationship business, right? People do business with Drew because they know he's a good guy. He's a stand-up guy. He's not going to fuck them over, just like me. I've had experiences where I wanted to buy certain data. I was desperate to buy data. He's like, Dave, this shit ain't working. Don't buy this data. I know you want it bad, but you better off focusing on this. And I did it, man. And you saved me a lot of money because that's the shit that goes a long way, man.
Well, we were talking off camera prior, you returned the favor when, I came to you trying to learn paper, solar calls, right?
Yeah.
And so I think, again, that's just where those relationships are lifelong, right? Yeah. And it always feels good to have somebody that can shoot you straight.
Yeah.
And, especially when they've already been down those paths and have more knowledge than you, and maybe save you some time from doing the same,
that's
making
what it
those
comes
errors.
Down to.
Right.
Yeah. I love it, man. Well, thanks for being the LFG show, man.
Hell yeah. Let's fucking go.
Fucking enjoy Colombia, man.
Hey.
Great shit, man. Good shit. Let's kill it.
It's a pleasure.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Let's fucking go.